I'm John Fransway, an insurance agent and advocate for the proper replacement of auto glass. I've been asked by the Auto Glass Replacement Safety Standards Council to share some important information with you about the safety standard commonly referred to as AGRSS. This information has a special meaning to me and my family because in 1999 my sister Jeannie died to an improperly replaced windshield on her car. As consumers, we take certain things for granted. We assume all auto glass technicians understand the importance of replacing auto glass correctly. We assume all auto glass replacement is like any other type of auto service. You take it to a professional and you trust them to do the work properly. Those assumptions proved fatal when Jeannie had an accident and her improperly replaced windshield came out of her car on impact. The auto glass shop didn't follow the right steps and replaced her windshield incorrectly. Because of their negligence, the windshield did not protect her like it was supposed to. Ours is not the only family to suffer the loss of a loved one due to an improperly installed windshield. Because auto glass replacement is mostly an unregulated industry, the potential for mistakes by technicians is horrifyingly real. There is hope for overcoming this problem through a safety standard developed by a group you may not have heard of before, the Automotive Glass Replacement Safety Standards Council. This council is the primary sponsor of the AGRSS standard, which is intended to protect American consumers from tragic injuries and death due to unsafe window installations in vehicles. The Egress Council registers auto glass companies who commit to learning and observing the requirements of the standard. Egress shops are working hard to keep consumers safe. I've been asked to tell you their story. To that end, I am here to share valuable information with you. Someone who manages auto glass claims in the course of their job. Someone who, like me, should know every aspect of the importance of proper auto glass replacement. Someone who should be aware of every option available to your customers, policyholders, and company when processing auto glass claims. It's my honor to introduce you to AGRSS and share some recent developments that will have a significant impact on the options available to manage auto glass claims. Before we get too far along, let's take a minute and learn more about the Egress Council and their important mission. The Egress Council is a standards development organization accredited by the American National Standards Institute. It was founded and is supported by auto glass companies and other organizations that make vehicle safety their primary goal. The mission of Egress is to make every auto glass replacement a safe one. The Egress Council is a not-for-profit corporation dedicated solely to the safe replacement of auto glass. It has developed North America's only auto glass replacement standard to address installation procedures, installer and consumer education, and product quality and performance during the entire auto glass replacement process. The Egress Council does this by developing and maintaining standards for the safe replacement of auto glass, providing an industry-wide registration and validation program, and by promoting awareness of the Egress standard to the insurance industry and the driving public at large. Many people don't realize auto glass, especially the front windshield, is an important part of the occupant crash protection system in today's vehicles. Proper auto glass replacement plays a significant role in maintaining the structural integrity and safety features of the vehicle. The Egress Council provides consumers with information to ensure their auto glass is replaced using the proper procedures. These procedures are submitted by potential members to the Council, who then review the shop's procedures as part of the registration process. Every Egress registered company uses approved training, installation practices, and a polyurethane retention system as a condition to becoming Egress registered. Like any safety program, the Egress program is only as good as the retail companies and technicians that follow the standard. Compliance with the Egress standard is not easy and requires a strong commitment by auto glass retailers. Until recently, Egress registered companies independently monitored their compliance to the standard through an annual self-audit process. Companies would conduct a 48-point self-audit and then report the results to the Egress Council. Egress members concluded the potential for serious injuries or death from an improperly performed auto glass replacement was so important, an independent third-party auditor was needed to identify the possibility that a registered company or technician was not performing these replacements properly. The self-audit process has now evolved into a validation process, which incorporates an independent third-party review. Starting in 2009, independent auditors have been reviewing firsthand each Egress registered company's compliance with the standard. Registered Egress companies are the only retailers in the United States willing to, at their own cost, put their reputations on the line and submit to this complex validation process. Now that's real commitment. Had this type of program been available at the time my sister Jeannie died, or when so many others were injured or killed because of an improper installation, countless lives would have been saved. Now that a standard like AGRSS is available, think about how it can change the way your company handles these claims. Let's look at some of the options available to you. An estimated 11 million windshields are replaced in this country each year. Currently, only 15% of all auto glass companies in the United States are registered with AGRSS, leaving your policyholders and customers open to the likelihood of choosing a company that does not provide proven high installation standards. In fact, if a consumer is not aware of the safety issues with auto glass replacement, they have an 85% chance of choosing such a shop. 85%. Insurance companies and agents are a critical component in remedying this process. As we all know, the majority of auto glass insurance claims processed today are done so by glass networks. Sometimes these networks are owned by glass manufacturers and retailers. Sometimes they're not. One thing these networks have in common are a list of approved shops. Sometimes the approval of participating shops is based on a thorough screening of each shop, but more commonly it's based on other criteria like pricing. Whatever the criteria used, participation has never been based on compliance to any standard, let alone high AGRSS standards. Though some third-party administrators already require compliance with the AGRSS safety standard, there has never been a way to confirm the shops on a particular network actually comply and not just say they do, well, at least not before validation. Now that we have AGRSS validation, insurance companies and agents are beginning to recommend AGRSS registered shops to their customers with confidence, knowing these shops actually do the work properly. Since we are all out there driving cars, let's hope the willingness of insurers to demand quality repairs will encourage glass shops who have not yet registered with AGRSS to do so if they want to become a participating glass network company. Think about the positive change this could have on an unregulated industry like auto glass replacement. Think about the lives that could be saved and the hardships avoided by creating a preferred shop requirement of safe, quality installations among any auto glass shop who wants access to your business. Of course, the policyholder's choice is always the most important criteria, but if consumers only knew what you now know, and if they're given a choice between an AGRSS registered company or a non-AGRSS registered company, I think it's clear who they would choose. Let's learn more about how this can work for you and your company. No added claims cost. The key point to remember about auto glass claims program of this type is it will not cost you any more per claim than you already spend today. If you currently manage the claims through a glass network, your cost of the claim won't change. If you manage your claims process in-house, your cost of the claim won't go up. By including AGRSS compliance to your program, you are increasing quality and safety and not increasing the cost of the claim. Even though the AGRSS registered auto glass shops incur additional cost to comply with the standard, the cost is absorbed by the member shop. There are no AGRSS upcharges or premiums passed on to you. Use AGRSS registered shops on non-choice claims. Because of many diverse ways to administer a glass claim, carriers can simply instruct their glass network to utilize AGRSS registered vendors when the customer does not have a choice. If more carriers assign these claims to AGRSS registered shops, this will encourage non-registered shops to register and comply with the AGRSS standard, leaving the roads safer for all of us. You should know that if a shop does decide to register with AGRSS just to get access to your claims, they will not be allowed to register until they have proven they know and follow the same high installation standards as all the other registered shops. The ultimate benefit is that you leverage your market share to make sure vendors who work for your customers and policyholders do it right, and at no added cost. Insurance companies can help improve safety. By recognizing and utilizing AGRSS registered shops, the insurance industry can help solve the problem of unsafe auto glass installation. By raising the bar for all auto glass shops who want to service your clients, you provide the safest auto glass claims experience available. This sounds like a success story any carrier would be proud to tell current or prospective clients. If you have found this information of interest, here are some additional ways you can learn more about AGRSS. Make AGRSS registration a requirement for companies to receive referrals from your glass network or agents. If your glass network does not specify AGRSS registration as a criteria for vendor participation, require them to do so. Some auto glass shops believe AGRSS registration means very little to the insurance industry and choose not to register. You can change this perception by endorsing AGRSS and making AGRSS registration mandatory for vendors who service your valued policyholders. If your glass network can't or won't work with you to make sure your customers use AGRSS registered shops, we can help. The Egress Council has member companies with many years' experience in managing programs just like yours. State-of-the-art facilities are ready to serve carriers large and small to custom tailor a program featuring AGRSS. AGRSS can help you create an awareness program to share the important consumer safety mission of AGRSS. The Egress Council has consumer awareness programs and marketing materials to help the entire community or even an individual see the value of AGRSS standard. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Egress Council, the AGRSS standard, and the positive influence you can have. If every insurance carrier and professional handling a glass claim took the time to pass this important message along, think of the innocent lives that could be spared. My mission and that of the Egress Council and its registered companies is to do all we can do to promote safe auto glass installations. With your help, we hope to promote a positive change in the auto glass industry by eliminating improperly replaced auto glass. Working together, we can accomplish this goal. We need your help. Please join us. Please help us to help consumers across the country avoid injury or death by correctly replacing their car's windshield.